This reading is for Virgo for January. Now, before you even click onto my video, I'm already doing your reading. What I do is I do a remote reading where I sit down and I talk to Spirit, and Spirit will give me messages and tell me how the reading is going to start off, and then from there, we just go for it. So while I was writing it down, I was listening to the messages, and they are: delegate work to others, and it seems like you're in a management position. Find the busiest people in the office and give the work to them. You know why? They'll do it, and you will look good, like a good manager in the process. But watch out for the slackers at the job and keep your eyes on them. They aren't pulling their weight or bringing they're not pulling their weight, and they're bringing the ship down. A hard choice to make if one of the employees is family, but you need to make it or lose respect in the office, which you really don't want. Also, one less snack, birthday cake, or treat will do you some good. Go for a walk and don't say ooh to walks, it's good for you. So are apples. So that was your remote reading from Spirit. Now we'll just see how the rest of the reading is going to go for you. So what I'm doing is I'm laying down 3 cards that will show me what type of reading I'm looking at, whether it's a love reading, whether it is got feelings. Another one of my readings today got this as well. What kind of reading you're having. So it looks like it's going to have something to do with your feelings. So it might come down to that hard choice that was in the remote reading. If one of the employees is a family member, you might have to do the hard task of either reprimanding them for something they've done wrong, or you might have to sit them down, lay them off, or you have to say something to them about their work. Their work wasn't the best this time, or you have to fire them. So you might have your feelings into play with this one, but if you don't, it's going to start causing you problems at work. So it's something that it's not a good thing, but it's something that you're going to have to take a look at, and you have to decide what you think will be good. Are you willing to lose your job over them? Do you think they'll get another job? Do you know how to talk to them about it? It'd be kind of hard. The other one is mystery. There was another reading I had today that had mystery as well. So you have feelings in the beginning of it, and then you have mystery in the middle. And then we have the future. And then we have love as your final outcome. Okay, let's get this reading going. All right. Okay, tell me, spirits, guides, what about feeling? What about mystery? What about future? The Hangman in reverse. Saved yourself there when you made that decision a little while ago. You saved yourself there, because you're going to see how saying no to that opportunity, how it's going to pay off for you. Ooh, the Fool. Yeah, right after the Hangman. So, you looked before you leaped, and you saved your butt from a significant problem that you were going to be having at work. Maybe you did let this person in your family go, or maybe you talked to this person in your family and told them that they're just not making you look good at the job. Yep. It was hard to do. It had your feelings involved, but once you were able to realize that this person, although they may be your family member, they're still an employee, and if they're not pulling their weight, then they have to either be talked to or dismissed. And it looks like that you were able to put your feelings aside and be able to talk to them the same way you would one of your other employees, and that has helped you out in your job, and it has moved you to it's helped you, it settled your mind, because when you brought this person into the office, or when you told this person to pull up their socks, they kind of understood where you were coming from. So it wasn't as if the family member got mad at you. And by doing this, you showed strength to the other employees at the job, and that you weren't going to play favoritisms with anybody. Even though this one person was a family member, you took it upon yourself to manage this person in a way that they wouldn't be losing their job. They wouldn't be losing their job, and they actually listened to you, and it showed great strength, which gave you further opportunities. The haters that were at work, or the people that didn't like you, or the Debbie Downers, they actually are looking at you differently now because of the way you handled your family member. Now, yes, I have dogs, so every once in a while you are going to hear them bark, or you are going to hear noises from them. There's 3 dogs. If you have dogs, you know how hard it is to keep animals quiet. If somebody in the neighborhood has an alarm on their car, then they'll hear it too when they'll bark. Okay, so your next ones for the middle of the month is you showed great strength to the people at work by talking to that individual. That actually made you a better manager than you were before. People thought, well, you're not going to say anything. You're not going to tell your family member off. But you surprised a lot of people when you actually took that person aside and you said to them they have to pull up their shoes. And, you know, the person may be a Leo. Leos have a way of trying to take the spotlight away from everybody. Maybe this person was just fooling around at work and you got tired of it, and so did everybody else. But because you did say something to them, you know, your employees are starting to look up to you now. Now, with this mystery card, I'm not too sure what the mystery card is for. It's not like you're starting anything new, but it does show the Lover's card. So it could be that it's a surprise and you end up finding somebody just going about your normal businesses. You're able to find somebody like just doing normal things, and it's a big mystery to you because you've searched for somebody for such a long time that when you gave up and you said, I don't want to do this anymore, you ended up finding somebody, which is certainly a mystery. Because before you always wanted to find somebody and you couldn't find anybody, and it always seemed like all the good people were gone, all the good relationships somebody else had. It seemed like a mystery to you. So I think that's where the mystery card is coming up to, because the outcome is love. And then you have future. So let's see what else is going on for the future and for the love card. Please, Spirit, tell me what else is going on for these people. Okay, you've got pretty good cards. The Hermit. So with having the Lover's cards, you're open for a new relationship. You're open for a new relationship, one that's going to serve you well, but you don't want to really do too much for it. You don't want to go out of your way to do something, and it's hard for you to find somebody that you actually trust enough to have a life with. Yeah, you won't find this person at any event coming soon. It's going to be something like the grocery store. You guys are going to bang into each other at the grocery store, or it's going to be at the doctor's office, or a dental office, and this person will seem like they're somebody that you could trust. They seem like somebody that will tell you the truth. They won't lie, because you've been trying to find somebody that won't lie to you. Your biggest thing is you don't want anybody that lies to you. And with having the beginning starting with your work and a family member, maybe there was somebody at the job that lied to you, and you found out that it was your family member that lied to you, and that you had to bring them in the office and tell them off because they lied to you, and you really have a problem with people that lie. Because a lot of this for you, Virgo, has to do with work, and it has to do with your management position. It has to do with the office and the people, and it just touches on the fact that there is like a surprise coming, or a mystery coming of a person that seems like they could be an honest person, that you may be sharing a future with, and you don't meet them at an event. It's just a regular person that you meet. But that's just a tail note at the end of this reading. It's more or less has to do with your work. But the relationship you do find ends up being a good relationship. I don't see anything bad in this relationship. This is just the beginning of a relationship. So always in the beginning of a relationship, it's mysterious, and you get to find out one another, and the Eight of Wands. It's the beginnings of a relationship. So you had some problems at work this month, and towards the end of the month, you're going to end up meeting somebody, which is going to be a mystery, because it's like you say, where have you been all this time? And they seem like they're not a liar, and you think that they will be okay in the future. You're not going to give everything to this person right now because it's just too early. It's just a relationship that's starting, but it seems like it's pretty good for you. Okay, let's find some more clarifiers here for you. And it looks like it's going to be a loving relationship, but I guess half the people that are watching this will be with work, and the other half will be with relationship. Or it could be that one person out there that has both going for them at the same time. It would be nice to know. Like, put your comments down at the bottom of the page and see if this actually happened. It would be interesting to find out what the mystery was. It could be as simple as the spirits are planning, or the universe is planning to giving you an offering, or giving you a mysterious person in your way, or a mysterious gift. We'll just call it a mysterious gift for you. Okay, so come on. What other messages do we have here? Okay, there we go. We have very happy family life. So you telling off whatever family member it was about their job, it wasn't bad. They were okay by it, and they knew they were doing things that were wrong, and they said they'll pick up their socks, and it gives you more financial security because you were able to do something that you didn't think you could ever do, because that's your family, and your family is very important to you. But it seemed to work out, because if you didn't say anything to this person kept on doing it, then I think the people there would go up to your superior, and then you would be the one that was having problems, and then you both would be let go at the same time. So nipping it in the butt right now is probably the best thing you could do. That being said, what about this mystery card? I'm just as curious as you are about this mystery card right now. Things are looking up. The end of a difficult situation, might be taking a trip. So yeah, I guess it was a difficult situation. You might have been tossing and turning that idea around all December, what you were going to say to this person, and you didn't. If it was going to be harder than it was when you were talking to them in the office, you might have had to let them go, and you didn't want to let them go before Christmas. So talking to them now and kind of smooth things over, and I think you're going to be able to find that things will run a little bit more smoothly at work than they did before. And yeah, this is an important achievement for you. You showed a lot of self-discipline and willpower, telling this family member off, and you know your bosses are going to look at that, and you might get a recognition from it, because depending upon who, I think this was your brother. It feels like a brother. It might have been very hard doing what you did, and you're looked up because of it. People are looking at you in a better light, because they never thought that you would be able to take him aside and say something. They're like, nah, she's favoritizing him because that's her family member. And you're able to stand forward and say, no, you know, I'm treating him just the same as everybody else. And when you did tell him off, and you took him in the office and you told him off, and that, he understood it. And the people at work, they were very, very surprised that you were able to do this. It makes them feel like their job is more secure, because if there's favoritism going on at a job, some people just don't want to be there anymore because they figure that they're not going to be looked at as an employee anymore. That your brother or what family member you have there is going to get ahead more than they are. Now that you've treated everybody equally, they feel like, oh, my job is more secure. I have more financial security. Now, that field that you were looking into going into, or this could be somebody else that's just joined our video, and spending some quiet time alone and really going through what your next step is. Do you want to work for somebody else your whole entire life, or do you want to have self-employment? If you decide to go self-employment, I see that it's going to be very successful self-employment. But you have to start it off slowly. You have to make a game plan, and then you have to go about it in a way that you're going to be able to work on it while you're still working somewhere else. You can't give everything up for this one thing. There's a celebration, a wedding, a graduation, or a birth announcement. You need to go to this, you know, whether it's a celebration, a wedding, or a graduation, or a birth announcement, you have to go to this. It's just something you have to do. Go and have some cake. Just be careful with the amount of cake you're having. And it's just something that you have to do. You have to touch base with your family every once in a while, and maybe, you know, getting to know the newer family members that you don't really talk to because they're like second and third cousins, might be a good idea just to go. Or it could be a celebration of somebody that you know that's graduating. You may be graduating. You may be taking night lessons and now are graduating from school. Or it could be a message for somebody else. Ego. Do you have a false sense of entrapment? Or are you overly focused on material things, thinking that the only way to success is having lots of material things? If you think that the doorway to success is having a lot of material things, and you can't afford it, and you think the only way that you're going to be able to afford it is if you become successful, because having a lot of material things shows how successful you are, just go down to the flea market, get some furniture there, or a secondhand store, get some furniture there, repaint it, add some pillows to it. There you go. You are successful. It doesn't come in material things. Success does not come from material things. It comes from hard work. And you feel like you're trapped because you don't feel like you're having success in your job. One last card here. Time to rest and take a vacation. So that's twice we've heard to take time off or to take a trip. You might have to do this because you're offered a big decision and you have to think about what you're going to do about it, if you're going to move up or if you're going to stay the way you are. If you move up, are you moving up just because of the money, or are you moving up because you really value this company and you value the things that you're doing for the company? You may have to meditate to help spirit make you come up with an answer. Okay, now some messages from spirit. Have some messages from spirit, and I think then we'll call it a day. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. That is true. When you're happy with the things that you do, you're attracting support from the universe, and then the universe will open doors for you to let you go down further through this path that you're joining, or through this thing that you find interest in. Instead of praying for an outcome, pray for the highest good of all. So when you're praying, I hope I get that house, maybe you should be praying and saying, I hope those people get what I hope those people accept my offer because it would be good for them. Always pray for the highest good of all. In a situation that seems so bleak, pray for the highest good. Pray for it to work out for all. The moment I embrace my peace within, I surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. When you say, that's it, I've had enough, help me on this one, I give up, then the universe can truly try to work for you. If you keep on fighting as hard as you are and not letting spirit or the universe do their thing, you're not going to get too far. You've got to take all the control out of it and say, it is what it is, and just let it go. Okay, my beautiful Virgos, that's it for January. Please stop by, see if there's any other readings throughout the month for you. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a message, send it off to somebody else if it didn't resonate with you. Maybe it's just not your time to get a reading from me. Maybe go through the other readers that are on YouTube and find one that resonates with you more. And if you've made it this far and nothing has resonated for you, maybe you're here for a message for one of your friends. Anyways, have a good day. Bye.